Bryant.
About the explosion of the Challenger. All right. To start off, where were you and who were you with at the time of the explosion?
I was with work in Greensboro, and I was with coworkers.
All right. And what can you remember about how long it took the Challenger to explode after it took off?
Um, all I can remember is that it took off, and once it was up in the air, started seeing smoke clouds everywhere. So I don't know how long it was, maybe 20 seconds.
All right. It was actually 73 seconds after it took off. And did you see this live?
No, I was at work.
Do you remember who was on board of the Challenger?
All I remember was it was like 6 or 7 people, and one of them was from Greensboro, went to A&T.
And there's actually one teacher on there that would have been the first civilian in space. How did you react to the explosion and the
First
people?
civilian that you know of.
Yeah. Yeah. How did your mind react to the explosion and the aftermath that would come?
I mean, it was a bad day. I don't know if it changed or affected my life or any way, but it definitely wasn't a good day for the country.
You're right. And how long do you think it took you to realize it was that bad?
As soon as I saw the clouds go to the left and to the right of the space shuttle, I mean, it was later on that day.
All right. Was the community that you lived in, was it like affected bad by the devastation, or was it remained the same?
Being that I lived in Greensboro and being that one of the people on board were from Greensboro, yeah, they talked about it a lot, but I don't know if it hurt the community, but yeah, it definitely didn't help the community.
Do you know where the astronaut from Greensboro was part of North Carolina, or like where he went to school?
I went to A&T, but I don't know any high school. I don't really know any of that.
All right. And how do you think that the explosion shaped the space program that we have today? Like, how did it influence our technology?
Well, they had to fix it. We think they had to fix it. Don't really know too much about the government nowadays. They could have had ulterior motives. I don't know. I mean, I was pretty young at the time, but today, if a spaceship exploded, I'd probably have a different take on that compared to in the 80s when
86.
that happened.
And how do you feel about? So there's a conspiracy that the Soviets destroyed the O-rings that malfunctioned, and how do you feel about that?
There's a conspiracy about everything that happens in the world, so it is what it is. I don't think they did, but I mean, to each its own.
All right. And how do you think that the media influenced the publicity of the Challenger?
I think the media used it as a tool and an instrument to push their agenda, whatever their agenda was. But that's what media does. All media does that, and you either listen to them like sheep, or you listen to all sides, read a book, pick up a magazine once in a while, talk to people, get your own opinion, and make your own judgment.
Do you trust the media?
At this point in 2020, right around the corner, elections, this and that, I would make that probably a no.
All right. And what are some lessons that my generation can learn from tragedies like this?
One lesson would be to acknowledge effort and courage to do things that a lot of people don't want to. Taking a ship going straight up, I don't know how many hundreds or thousands of miles an hour into space and having rockets fall off and this and that. And I mean, that takes a lot of courage. So at least to be able to acknowledge people do have more courage than the norm, that's good. Because I don't think people now appreciate courage.
I feel the same way, and that's all.